Hello and welcome, everyone. We are Signs of Amusement, and we are going to be doing a special ride-through video of America Sings, talking about Marc Davis and his whole. Well, I mean, pretty much every character is responsible from his point of view and all that. Let me turn off my ringer here. I am Jason,
And I'm Steve.
and we are joined by Lewis.
Hi,
Actually,
good evening.
It's kind of this is a little bit mostly your idea to do this kind of setup here. So
Very excited tonight. Very excited for this presentation.
and we're also joined by Sharon, Middle Age Magic.
I may or may not make sense. It's very
She's running on coffee right now.
I am.
And we're joined by Udi from Leaving
The
Today
big
podcast.
H.
Hey,
Yeah,
sorry my camera's not working. Don't know what's up.
that's all right. So Lewis, should we just watch it, or should we talk about Mark first, or what do you want to do?
Right. Let's just do a brief introduction of the co-creators of the attraction. Right. So, as everybody is probably aware, because I've been talking everybody's ear off about it, America Sings is the first major attraction since Walt Disney's passing that he wasn't involved in 1966. So we all know that Walt was involved with Tomorrowland 67. We know he was involved with the New Orleans Square, i.e. the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion. Also, Walt at the very end started getting ready to gear up for the Mineral King ski resort project that the Sierra Club and EPA shut down in 1969 and 1970. But again, Walt was very involved with the concept of using advanced audio animatronics to produce what he called the Talking Bear Show. So fast forward to late 1972, early 1973, getting ready to gear up for America's Bicentennial in 1976. Marc Davis and Albertino, again, and like Marc Davis, was also an animator who started in the 1930s, in 1935 to be precise, with Walt Disney Company, and literally hit his stride with his character development, i.e. Gideon and Honest John, Foulfellow, for the animated classic Pinocchio. Fast forward to the 1960s, Albertino and Marc Davis come up with the genesis for America Sings, which is in our book, Marc Davis in His Own Words, Imagineering the Disney Theme Parks,
cool.
by Dr. Christopher Merritt, Volume 2.
You guys have the same book, huh?
Yes, we have the same book. Well, clearly, Steve,
Nice.
Jason and I are both kind of Davis maniacs.
Yeah.
As far as clearly, like I was telling Jason before we got started with the recording, that clearly I feel that Marc Davis is the all-time greatest of the Imagineers, because mainly he brought humanism and humor into Imagineering, and his influence is felt to this very day with the development of gags being incorporated into an attraction. So if you look at modern first-rate shows right now, you're seeing Marc Davis's influence in the Zootopia attraction in Shanghai. You're seeing it in Frozen Ever After. You're seeing it in Radiator Springs Racers, Onward, and so forth. All those little gags, that's literally Marc smiling down from heaven on us, saying humor is still very much a part of the equation.
I didn't hear Tiana's in there. Is that not okay? Never mind.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Yes, clearly the gags in Tiana's, especially with the whole getting reduced to frog scale, as Hury and Mark and I talked about during their ride through with Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yep.
clearly that's a homage, if you will, to the Marc Davis sense of humor. So yes, clearly that influence is being shown in Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Thank you, Jason, for reminding my errant ass. I appreciate it. Awesome. But anyway, so like I said, the two co-creators, Marc Davis, Albertino, are the ones that are visually and artistically responsible for the attraction, along with the excellent scoring of none other than Buddy Burns himself. If everybody knows who Buddy Burns is, over at the music side, the recording side of the studio. You know, I mean, what you don't have to say anything more than to say, "Oh, Wonderful World of Disney." Who is it scored by? Buddy Burns.
Buddy Burns, yeah.
It had been for like since literally 1954 all the way up into the 1990s. So clearly there's a huge legacy of talent behind the creation of this, in my opinion, the finest audio animatronic presentation ever made by the hand of humankind. And yeah, I'm going to say that.
Okay. I would have to agree.
I mean, again, it is my all-time favorite attraction of any amusement/entertainment attraction ever made by the hand of humankind. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's because of Marc Davis and Albertino and their talents that they brought to the forte in this attraction. I think that's a good enough introduction. What do you think, Jason?
I would say so, yeah.
Yep.
So if we want to get right into the presentation, we can actually do the ride through and then have our discussion.
Let's do that.
Awesome.
Do you want to explain this version of the video?
Right. So because everybody out there, all the wonderful Disney vloggers and Disney historians and everything have done their presentation on this beloved timeless attraction, tonight Jason and I decided to spice things up a little bit. So we're going to use the Austrian animatronics version, which uses the Mouse Steps video with the original audio soundtrack to what was going to be released prior to the release of the attraction. Please note, for some of our viewers at home, this presentation, audio presentation, may be offensive, but please remember, in context, this was considered humorous in 1974.
Yeah.
I think that's a good enough disclaimer.
Well, here we go. And thank you to Mouse Steps.
Absolutely.
Always got to give credit where credit is due.
Yankee Doodle went to town a-riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle. Yes, folks, that was America's first popular song.
And that's
what this show
Burl
is
Ives.
about.
Burl Ives.
America's music.
Where'd the song
Frosty
come
and
from, Sam?
Why, they were the
Rudolph the
songs
Red-Nosed
that
Reindeer.
people brought from their native countries.
They did? What kind of music was it?
Sometimes it was happy, sometimes it was sad. And sometimes it just spoke of love, like, I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair.
Ooh, very nice. But frankly, I prefer all around the cobbler's bench, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought 'twas all in fun.
Goes a weasel. And now,
Still getting the laughs.
Yep.
History, and hear
Oh, my
America
favorite
sing.
part.
Sing it, Sam. Yankee Doodle traveled south, riding on a riverboat.
As we were
Played
saying,
a tune and sang it out.
that I found out in the book, that
Yankee
they didn't
Doodle
want that
liked
in
the
there, but
sound,
it kept
sang
getting
the
laughs,
song
so they
so
left it
clear.
in.
Yeah.
Thought they were most elegant for everyone to hear.
You gotta start
Yankee
clapping.
Doodle, sing it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Find the music and the words, and with the song be handy.
My mom would be the first one to spark that.
My mom would have been racing your mom to do it.
Yeah.
My mom loved it.
Yep.
She loved it. It was like none of it.
Now, please note the trio used to be a quartet, but unfortunately, Bruce number 2 is now across Tomorrowland at Soulful. At the filming of the video.
Oh my.
How my eyes feel right now.
Yeah. I miss this ride.
Yeah.
I really do.
Now, the Swamp Boys.
Oh, I went down south for to see myself singing Hollywood Doodle all day.
I love these guys.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They're so cool.
Hollywood Doodle all day. Very well, my fairy face.
Sharon's like, what the heck are we watching?
Hollywood Doodle all day.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A tender complaint.
Sung from the heart.
I remember her in Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Down in the valley.
These are Zootopia Fox.
Must be Nick's dad.
Yeah.
Go figure, the family of criminality. Good times.
Write me a letter. Send it by mail. Send it in care of the Birmingham jail.
Now, as far as we know, he could actually be the reason that Nick is the fox.
Goes the weasel.
Well, I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burden down by
Alex,
the riverside.
how many animatronic corrections? Boom,
And
boom.
now, let's journey on. Fly away.
Giddy up, you all.
You all?
Well, Yankee Doodle headed west, working on the railroad, crossing rivers over hills and moving with a big load. Onward west, the trains roll.
I love
cattle
the-
were grazing.
The
Tales and
drawing
songs
that Mark did of
people
this
sang,
donkey,
really
like
quite
Yes.
amazing.
just had that
Yankee
face.
Doodle sail up, Yankee Doodle
Awesome.
band, mind the music and the words and with the songs behind.
It's like all the drawings he did for Pirates, too. Like
Yeah.
how it transferred from his drawings to the actual thing. It's so
And
cool.
three-dimensional moving animation, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this all ties into how Lewis and I met, pretty much, is that Western River Expedition time that I made. Because Mark drew all that in Florida. Which sort of helped.
So please note, there's a trio and not a quartet because this boy went to Walt Disney World. This is the Hollywood studio for their show.
And now,
That's a goofy laugh right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, come along, boys.
Is he supposed to be like Tex Ritter or
And I'll tell you all my troubles on the old Chisholm Trail. Down my tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Come and tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Now I went to the boss to draw my roll, and he had me figured $9 in the hole. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, a favorite.
Who shot the hole in my sombrero?
No. Yep.
Who put the bullet through the head?
The original.
Who shot the hole in my sombrero? Who would do a terrible thing like that? Was he Pancho from the rancho? Did he do this because I kissed his wife?
Goes the weasel.
The tail end of Billy the Kid, sung by the
Is that the only difference in the?
Yes.
Was him? Yeah.
Yes.
He was always after lawmen. And
Now this
I always
version
liked him.
sucks because his jaw isn't moving.
Oh yeah. It was always cool to see them in Splash
who was a whole
right before the drop.
And they had fixed the jaws by then.
Now Billy
Yeah.
is gone, and we ain't none the Selby.
Oh, give me a land where the bright diamond sand flows leisurely down the stream, where the graceful white swan goes.
What's funny is, we used to go and watch this all the time, but I never saw the Country Bear show.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Makes me so sad whenever I think about how you didn't get to the Mark Twain till after you were a teenager. I'm going to keep pimping that till the day I die.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep pimping that. Day I die.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the sky
That turtle.
Yeah.
The gay nineties were upon us now. The country was in full swing. People heading for the cities had to do their own thing. Each time the people sang a song, Tune Smith wrote another. About love, marriage, moon and June, and always one about mother. Yankee Doodle, sing it up, oh Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the words, and with the songs be handy.
Sharon's actually sing along to the song. You know all these songs, right? You know all the American songs.
She may be somebody's mother.
Please know the quartet.
Come let
Yeah.
her go her way.
The Bowery.
The Bowery, they say such things and they do strange things. After the ball is over, after the break of morn, where is my wandering boy tonight? Down in the licensed saloon.
Learning new vices all the night long, tempted to all
Another one in Splash Mountain.
sinful and
Yeah.
wrong, listening to the sirens' old song down in the licensed saloon. Won't you come
Meanwhile,
home,
in the licensed saloon.
won't you come on home? She mows the whole night.
And then the Eagle's eyebrows.
I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done it wrong. I remember that rainy evening I drove you out with nothing but a fine tooth comb. I knows how to play well, ain't that a shame? Now, Billy, won't you please come home? Come on home, Bill.
Goes the weasel.
And now, Blossom Nose Murphy.
Why is this song always with drunks?
At night, dear
Now, is that a hippopotamus?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Don't you believe it, Sonny? She's only a bird.
I love the falsetto right here.
You may think she is happy and free from care.
Like Alex was saying, is like how they actually stuck the animatronics within their environment and actually moving, and like in that cage where the bird is in the cage and it's moving around, or the bicyclist.
The bicycle.
Yeah. The heads are moving from the birds and stuff, and the bike moving back and forth. Where do they put all the cables and stuff?
Next came ragtime blues and jazz. The nation was a jumping. Foxtrot and the bunny hug.
I wonder if those
everyone
back tires
stopping.
didn't
And
turn
swinging
the
big
wheels
bands
probably
for the
did, and they
race.
just
Songs
kind
they were
of
most
hit it
pleasing.
and go around.
Rock and roll soon took its toll. The
You
dancers
see, how
stopped
did they
to
switch
squeeze.
out those animatronics?
Yankee-Doodle,
Because that's where the
sing-a-dee-up,
dog and the drunk guy was, and now they're there.
Right, so it's on an elevator, it moves down, and then it
Yeah.
moves left or right, and then
Yeah.
Sam and Ollie come up to replace it.
Oh, wow.
And you're going to see this in Act 4 a lot. You're going to see the movement of the stage pieces.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how
They're
they
like
do that.
carousel products.
Well, also country bears, because they turned and that's where they got.
Yeah.
Jada, jada, jing, jing, jing. Jada, 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 jing, jing, jing. I'll be down to catch you in a taxi, honey. You better be ready about 8:30. Now, dearie, don't be late. I wanna be.
You know this song, Sharon?
The band starts playing, singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling! I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart. I'm ready for love. A tear basket, a green and yellow basket.
Such a cool little car.
To my mommy on the way I dropped it. You've got me crying for you.
I always thought it's funny that they actually use cats and dogs in this.
See, you don't think they're coyotes?
Well, yeah, they're coyotes, but
The people gather.
I like this part.
When he gets on the stand, then when he plays, he gets a hand. The rhythm he plays puts a cat in a trance. Nobody there bothers to dance, and when he plays with the bass guitar, they holler, "Oh, beat me, daddy, eight to the line." A blink, a blank.
A little gray on, too. That's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, rocking all the time. Crazy man. You ain't nothing but
That's the one that Alex was saying that they use for
teaching.
It's
Yeah,
the teaching model, yeah.
Yeah.
going uptown. After
Yeah.
And I love how the alligator looks like Ralph Furley from Three's Company. With that scarf, that polyester scarf. Jam.
Oh,
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah, twisting in New York, in old Chicago town.
What's funny, I've never heard this song before, ever. Only on America's Things I know this song.
Twisting's a real song.
Yeah, that's why I don't know that song. I've heard pretty much all the other ones. But
All right,
not
of
that
course.
one.
You love that frog.
Yes, folks, Yankee
I like how
Doodle
he had
remembers when to
that
make these
bird
songs
had the
ring true.
beard on
People
the
came
bottom
from
of his
every land
beak.
to mix these tunes for you. So we should all remember, as history moves along, that everything is better now because someone wrote a song. Yankee Doodle, sing it up, oh Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music.
It was also.
and the words
Are they going to
make
make a
the
rap
song be
version of this?
handy.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. It's like
No,
they
but
need to incorporate funk,
Yeah.
and they need to import synth pop and modern pop as well.
Should make a Snoop Dogg animatronic.
That'd be cool.
That's
That'd
kind
be
of
like a
theory.
government pincher.
See, now you can tell it's the 70s now because of that wah 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 pedal and the guitar.
Yankee Doodle always says the past.
But I was also
is
reading
just
that
the start.
in the
Tomorrow
beginning,
will
the
bring songs
eagle
for
wasn't
you
there. It was just the
that
owl,
comes
and they
straight
felt they
from
needed
the
a
heart.
little more American.
Another thing he
Yeah.
had to say was life
I'm
is
glad
a
they brought him in.
Like an eagle in a top.
So everybody
There's
give
nothing
some
more American than a bald eagle.
Or national
Exactly.
Bird. The bird and the marijuana leaf.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Goodbye, goes a weasel.
Now get out.
Yeah. You got that beautiful organ, Steve.
Yeah. I was telling Jason yesterday how when I was a little kid, I would be watching this. I would imagine being in that park in the background watching it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I remember this record.
I've seen it for $35 on eBay.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That's
This is in the book. Too.
Yeah. That's cool.
The and they're all.
The Doors playing the organ there.
Ray
Or is it-
Manzarek.
Or is that
Well, that
Lurch?
would have been cool if they got Manzarek to do it.
Yeah, that band is in my Disney.
Small Boys?
Yeah, the Swamp Boys. They're in my Disney
Very cool.
from the 70s. Sweet Adeline.
Red Pink Beak.
Yeah, yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. Marc Davis.
It's like a fake
Absolutely.
Cheers logo behind them.
You can totally
that-
tell this is Buddy Baker right here composing. This is totally Buddy Baker's signature.
Oh, here is the act.
Right.
That's cool. When you're waiting for the ride to start, they play this music.
Hey, look, his jaw actually works in this.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. Outstanding.
Ostep did a good job on this one.
Yeah.
The Austrian animatronics editing.
Editing.
Well, that was cool.
Yep.
What a delightful presentation.
Yeah, Sharon, are you awake? Yeah.
I am awake.
Okay.
Well, let's get the Brits reaction. Was that, how was that for you?
For me, this would be like the 5th time I've watched this
That's awesome.
over the last few days.
Yeah.
You can definitely see where the Country Bears gets their
Mm-hmm.
influence from, without a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, do you enjoy that, or do you know
Yes.
a lot of those songs?
I like the Country Bears just because it's the Country Bears. I'm going to be really interested to see what they do with it when it reopens.
Oh, the new one. Yeah.
in Disney World. I'm glad they didn't get rid of it.
Yeah, because that actually came first, and then America Sings
Right.
came in. The Country Bears over in Walt Disney World was first.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an opening day.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably, you know, I'm sure at some point it'll go away, but it's something that shouldn't go away.
Well, no, it's legacy. It can't go away. It should never go away.
Just
It's
like
legacy.
that shooting gallery, you know.
I get it. I
Stuff
get what you're
happens.
saying. Absolutely. You know, just like, I mean, I don't ever see the Hall of.
Yeah.
I don't ever see the Hall of Presidents going away, and that was opening day at WD.
You know, at some point though, you're going to have to do something different. Like, you can't just keep adding a president and a president. Like, you're going to have like 1,000 presidents at some point. I mean,
We're only at 46 right now, so you're good.
I'm just saying at some point, you know,
We got room. We got room to grow,
Yeah,
Jason.
yeah.
we
You know,
do.
maybe we could expand it beyond Big Thunder, and we
You
could
can-
have 400 presidents out there.
Yeah, you can expand it
mean?
while watching on the railroad there.
Well,
Exactly.
Have a
You
wave
have to
view
look at
Line up
other
every
than doggone
president so we can
trees.
see them.
along the boring railroad.
We'll have George chopping down the cherry tree. And
Exactly. You know, Abraham Lincoln splitting rails. Good times.
what I think it's important to I don't know. I'm so sad that that's gone, because I think when it went away, it like removed a huge bit of not only the technical part of it, but I think it had a lot more to do with the cultural part of it. And I think that was one of the big things that really hurt the park, I think, overall. When you look at it, when you look at the history of Disneyland and Walt and his view of America, and he was very much an American, when you see that, there's a lot of his roots based in there. So when that's gone, it I don't know, it pulls away from that, and that bothers me, because I think it's, like I said, it's a huge cultural thing that needs to remain. There's bits of this, no matter how far down the road we go, that need to stay, because we can't forget where we come from. So,
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad they still do the flag retreat and stuff like that.
yes.
Yeah.
They're
I'm so happy they keep that, and they honor the military. And
right, there's honor and tradition that needs to remain, and I think the more, you know, a lot of people use the excuse, you know, Walt said the park will never be finished, and I keep on going on about that. I've been on a jag lately about this. I don't know why. That a lot of people are just, and maybe because because of TBA and everything, and I'm just looking at what they did with Splash over there, and just hearing and looking at the writers and kind of going, you know, we can't just change things for changing things. So for changing sake. So that's why now going back and seeing that, right, it just, man, this is the nostalgia comes running back. Like you're saying, Steve, your mom and my mom would have been probably sitting right by each other, clapping, like laughing, and they would have probably never known each other in the whole world, but it didn't matter, because in that moment, they were in that moment, and that's what.
they probably sat next to each other without even knowing.
Yeah, they could have, and you know, they could have. I mean, in this crazy world, it's a very good possibility, because my mom, like, always made a point, clap along, sing along. She made a point to go on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it makes me sad. It was very nice to see that again, though. And honestly, it like brought a little bit of a tear to my eye a little bit. Just it brought back all those memories of being with family, and then just and then just helps highlight why there's a foundation with Disney, such an anchor in that park, you know, for me.
Yep,
exactly. I mean, we could even talk about the merch for America Sings, right? So, little fun fact, doing more research, and I thought it was Mandela effect until I saw the photos, was at the character shop, which is now Star Traders. They actually had the medium plushies of Sam and Ollie available for purchase.
No.
From 1976 to 1988.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
They did exist, and there are photos out there that show Ollie plushie and a Sam the Eagle plushie. I wish they would have done more. I wish they would have done the Swamp Boys. I'm not going to lie. I wish they would have done the Boot Boys. I'm not going to lie. You know, because I love both those guys more than anything.
Yeah. Or the geese.
Exactly. The drunk geese.
Yeah.
Or goose, as the case may be. Yes.
No, they need to have the Pop Goes the Weasel guy.
Yep.
I would have got him with the
Yes,
beret
Jack.
on, right?
With the beret.
You could have made like a Jack in the Box. The whole thing would have been great.
Yep.
Oh man.
But yeah, merchandising did exist, however small in quantity. Also, they sold the albums at the character shop.
Yeah, I remember the album.
And they had T-shirts, like, you know, those really cool T-shirts with like the white T-shirt with like the red or blue ring, and then the collar or the end of the cuff.
Yeah.
Right. They had those with Sam and Ollie on them, and yeah.
I have a mug.
You have an
somewhere.
AS mug?
Yeah, somewhere
that's awesome.
I have a mug.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's white with the eagle with Sam and Ollie on there.
Oh man.
And
cool.
And clearly everybody knows that when it came time for the
okay, that's creepy.
Oh wow.
That's your Pop Goes the Weasel.
That's wild. That's Pop Goes the Weasel. Oh, John Stamos.
Yeah, that looks like
Stamos.
a cork top.
Yep. Like a golf club cover.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I'm gonna cover my 9-iron with the weasel.
yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, I was looking up the plush and that came up.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So John Stamos' personal collection comes up. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Go figure.
See what happens when you have money. You get to buy stuff like that.
And we'll see what happens when you star on a Disney show.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Manny, you big dink.
I am not seeing any photos of the plush.
I should have saved him. Damn.
I'm sure I'll come across.
Yeah.
But yes, merchandising does exist. I'm not going to say it's popular, but it did exist. Like, this is no Mandela effect. Like, it's real.
No, it's real.
You know, it. Yes, absolutely. And like who you said, I mean, just these are like everybody I think that like grew up in that time and went to the park in that time. These songs are a big part of our that's cool. Are a big part of our cultural identity as Americans.
Yep.
I mean, with respect to our British guest, obviously.
Yep.
You know, I mean, these songs identify us as who we are as a people.
Yeah.
You know, and they kind of bind us together no matter where you're from in America, no matter what your background is in America, no matter what your education or your class or whatever.
Yeah.
Those songs bind us together like rubber bands or like glue. And at the end of the day, like Hury was saying, you know, your mothers could be sitting in there totally from disparate backgrounds and be singing along and clapping their hands.
Oh yeah.
And they knew in that very moment they were Americans.
Yeah.
And
that
that's the thing
transcended all that individual crap into this.
Right.
And this is where I get to do the shameless plug. E pluribus unum, in many one.
Yes.
Or the motto of the United States.
Yeah, but it was funny how my parents knew all that music, even though they weren't born here or anything.
No.
You know, so
Same.
but
Same.
that music, that music just transferred over and it just became a part of them.
All the songs translate into the American experience. Just like, and I think Sharon can agree with me here. If you've been on the American Adventure at Epcot Center, that's even a more powerful ride as far as to demonstrate the story of America. You know, from pre-colonization to today, and how the American adventure is a great story of sacrifice and of hardship and of triumphing over adversity, much like America Sings was for its time in the mid-1970s.
Yeah.
You know, because we see it like it literally goes prologue, Old South, Old West, gay 90s, modern times.
Yeah.
And so, and we're listening to those songs as they're being developed. You know, like Stephen Foster has 2 songs in the presentation, both in the Old South.
Right.
You know, My Old Kentucky Home and then Camptown Races.
No,
And
that is cool.
if anybody knows who Stephen Foster was, I mean,
Yeah,
I know
'cause I
because
went to his
I'm-
elementary school, so
because
yeah.
you know he wrote my home state song, "My Old Kentucky Home" from Commonwealth, Kentucky. He also wrote my current state song, "Swanee River."
Yeah,
the song of the state of Florida.
Florida. Yeah,
This can't be right.
No, I was just thinking that.
Like that's a huge.
that's a
wow.
Temu ad right there.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool to have though.
They're this big, Jason. So
Yeah, but look at the photo. I mean,
They're like Steve Submarine.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're like the size of Steve Submarine.
and you buy 2 get 1 free.
Buy 2 and get 1 free. Yeah.
Yes,
Something fishy about that
of course, dude.
size.
They forgot
I don't
to
know,
add like 3 zeros at the end of the
if you
8.
scale them into the window blinds, they're
Yeah,
pretty tall.
It's forced perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah, indeed.
yeah they forgot to add a few more zeros.
I
after
know.
the 8.
Like that thing should be at least $2,000.
Yeah, and it's not a period; it's a comma.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop looking, but I didn't find
Yeah.
some gems, but not.
My neighbor keeps doing stuff in his garage and it shines, and I keep looking over there because my attention goes that way.
Is it dark in Idaho, Steve?
No, it's still like super bright outside.
Oh, okay.
The sun
Oh,
is
Yeah.
the sun is still bright, but when he's moving stuff out of his garage, he's cleaning his garage. So when he
Right.
moves stuff out, the sun hits it and
Oh, yeah.
goes right into my window. So
Oh yeah, because you're literally at like 46 degrees north latitude right now, right?
yes, yeah,
Right. Okay, so it's gonna be light anyway.
Yeah.
Just because of where you are.
exactly. Yeah, it doesn't get dark here till like probably 10.
Yeah. I think it's 40. It's 47. Is it 47? Is 46 degrees or 47 degrees north latitude?
I thought it was 46,
Okay, yeah,
but where is it?
yeah, because the 47 degree north latitude is the border.
That's what's that?
Because the 47th degree north latitude is the U.S. border, right, with Canada.
I believe so. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, the one that goes all the way straight across.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's either the 49th. I don't know. I could look it up on Google Earth. I can check.
I
Just
thought it was.
stop.
I thought you were right with the 46.
Okay, because you live just north of Coeur d'Alene, right?
Yes, I'm like an hour, and about an hour and a half from the Canadian border.
Right.
So after they moved everything from America Sings to Splash, did they come up with a new animatronic, or did they just take the America Sings animatronic, just updated him and put him in Splash?
So they did a refurbishment of the AS figures when they were moving them to their new home across the park.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with the Walt Disney World version, they had to get Garner Holt to do an entire new set because it outstripped the capacity of Mappo to make enough figures for the premiere in 1989.
Right.
Believe it or not. I mean, so literally, Garner Holt got a rush order for like 138 sets of audio animatronics. It was like madcap.
Wow.
Because like if you remember how many audio animatronics are in Splash Mountain, it comes out to like 142 figures.
Wow.
It's
Because
like
I think
it's currently the record.
because I think how many was there? It was like 122 in America Sings.
In
or
America
something
Sings,
like that.
right.
Yeah.
122 functioning sets of animatronic.
Yeah,
Right.
that's amazing to think. Because when you look at Pirates and all the animatronics in there,
Right.
you know, and those are all like humans,
Those are all humans, other than a couple donkeys and some chickens,
right, and a
some
dog,
ducks,
the two dogs,
a dog
yeah.
or two, right?
Yeah. And all the work that went into building those things too. It's like,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so like I said, so Mappo was clearly swamped when they got the order, so they had to farm it out to Garner Holt, which really put Garner Holt on the map for doing Disney scale audio animatronic orders.
Okay.
Which is why to this day, Garner Holt will forever be associated with the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, heck, Garner Holt did some Gen 6s for Tiana's.
Wow. Yeah, it was really cool meeting him.
I mean, like, you guys have been to the shop in Redlands, right?
No, no.
Oh, you guys haven't been to the shop yet.
No.
Oh crap! Right.
No.
Okay. So
I live not that far from there. I used to.
Right. So, you know Justin over at Random Land, right?
Yeah.
he got it.
Okay. He's like huge buddies with like Garner Holt, and he actually has footage from inside the fabrication plant.
Mhm.
And so, if you ever wanted to see it, just go to his videos, and you'll see the Garner Holt production facility. And they do. Justin isn't the best security-minded person in the world. I'm going to be very upfront about this. So if you slow the camera, like as it pans, you can actually see a shot of the clean room where they're doing the integrated circuit board manufacturing to actually put it onto the audio animatronic figure. But you have to look really close for it. You have to slow crap down to see it. Because he pans the camera and it pans right past the clean room. But again, this is all like
that'd be a cool tour to
geek
take.
level shit stuff. You know what I mean? I have to say stuff. I can't say the other thing. Right, Sharon, you got your hooks in me. See, I gotta watch my mouth.
Yeah. No, with Sharon, what are you talking about? Watching your mouth?
No. Sharon did this big thing earlier when we did Zack's presentation earlier. She did this big row about you got to watch your mouth. You can't be using profane language. Got to keep it clean.
Wait.
Really screwing up.
Said,
you know that kind
Sharon said that?
Yes, Sharon said it.
You got to use words like junk.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear you, Hury.
Okay, that's weird.
Oh, now I can.
Now we
I
can.
can.
Yeah. You're good.
Okay, good. My whole thing just is acting up. I don't know. I'm having a bad.
It's hot.
It is, but I'm inside. It's only 111 here, so you know.
Yeah.
We're good.
It's 86 right now here. Jason can beat us.
Yeah, I'm heavy beat.
What do you want? Hold on.
I'm at 113.
It says 110 on the computer device that I'm looking at. But that's fine. I just want to win by 1 degree.
It's cold here. I have a jumper on.
Yeah, he's wearing a jacket and everything. The radiator's on behind her.
And I've got my Star Wars blanket on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah. So how many animatronics are in Tiana's compared to what was in Splash Mountain? So more or less?
Not as many.
You can put them on. You can probably count on 2 hands.
Yeah.
So when Mark, Hury, and I did the ride through for Leaving Today, we counted.
How many did we count?
We did a count of 11 Gen 6s.
Yes.
11. There were 11 Gen 6s, and then the rest were like combinations of like Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5s.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought there were 4.
So if there's 11 Gen 6s, then I'm going to extrapolate that by saying there's probably about 78, 79 totals.
Really? I heard something
Counting
like
the plants.
35.
Oh, no, it's more than that. Definitely more than that.
It's more than that. It's more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, you're counting the moving roots or whatever, and
We're counting the plants, absolutely. The animated plants, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's all like Gen 2 stuff.
Yeah, technically that's an animatronic, so you're gonna have to count
Yes.
that.
yeah, it's just an arm going like this, right?
Yep.
Shaking the thing.
The like it's like okra. They're moving. Yeah.
Yeah, the okra. Yeah, that's
Yeah, the okra.
Twice. So honestly, it's because it's kind of boring. But anyway, yeah. So I think it's okra, and then you have Mama Odie twice. Is it or is it no? You have Lewis
3 times.
Mama Odie 3 times. You have
Lewis is 4 times.
Is it 4 times with Lewis? But he's not a full 5 the entirety of the way, is he? I
you
think
see his rear end on one of them.
No,
Right.
one of them's the Gen 3 rear end.
Right. Okay. So yeah, no, there's a fair amount, but
Yep.
Yeah, nothing. It just feels like Splash had how many more? it just feels,
Splash currently holds the record at I think it's 138, 139 figures total.
I knew it was triple digits. I just couldn't remember what the number was. Yeah.
From what I remember from riding it, it seemed like it was absolutely jammed with animals.
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
Does not look like that at all.
No.
Yeah. Every scene had multiple animatronics in every single scene. Yes.
Right.
No, and Tiana's doesn't look like that at all. That's one of the big
They have projections on some of them.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of projections, a lot more projections than I could be. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, it feels like it's as cool as those animatronics are. It hails to what we're just going back to America Sings, how it just feels like it needs to have that again.
Yeah.
To compare, I feel like even though the generations of the animatronics and the tech is clearly going up, and you can use that across how many different attractions. Not only rides, but look what they did with Snow White. There's a lot of cool things they're doing, but I always feel like it's going backwards to an extent because maybe it's a story that isn't playing out as well for TBA. I don't know. It feels like it's a massive turn backwards instead of moving forward, which I feel like
I didn't understand the story when first of all, with Splash Mountain, when I was a kid, I didn't even know there was a story. I just loved riding it.
Right.
I didn't learn about the story till later on.
Right.
But when Tiana's, I was like, okay, so you're supposedly in a salt mine. What are you are you supposed to look for ingredients? And then they're talking about looking for
you're getting the band
members.
You're getting the band together.
That's the mission. Back together, man. The band back together.
You got to get the band back together.
Every night he's
We're on a mission from God.
Okay.
God.
I don't understand why it bangs on about cooking.
Yeah, well, then why is she dressed like a safari person and not in her? The reason why I liked the movie was because she was a princess and the music, right? And so where is the princess part of the whole thing? Why is she
dressed like she's going on safari?
Yeah,
well, princesses work too.
Well,
Steve, look at Princess Diana. She went out looking for landmines.
No,
helping the kids with the AIDS.
Yeah, but she also did dead sprints in a dress. So come on, she was a different no, what I've heard and what I've been reading is that because story changes were done midway through the retheming, because I remember when they first announced it, we're like, okay, and everybody thought they're going to do a page by page of the movie, and then it came out that it wasn't going to go that way, and we all, at that point, I kind of went like, what? Why? And then they started talking about it, and it was about, you're going to be looking for a spice or an ingredient, and it's supposed to be like you, the attraction writer, is supposed to be the missing ingredient in the whole thing. And then somewhere along the line, then they started introducing the characters for the band. I kind of went like, wait, what happened here? So I think that's probably why it's a mixed weird storytelling.
Yeah, because also in the concept art, you see her wearing her princess dress or whatever.
Yeah.
And the crown and everything.
Yeah, the whole thing.
So and then I heard when they first did it, they were supposed to be 20 years after the movie, and then they said it was immediately after the movie, and I don't understand the age difference now. And
because you look at her, she looks older.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do like how they put the random stops in the ride.
Or was that and then the bonus emergency lights?
Yeah. It allows you to have time to look at the animatronics when you drive past them.
Yeah,
you gotta look.
I think what they really are doing with the evacuations, they just want to let everybody up a little behind the scenes. They want to clearly.
I would have still breaking on a daily basis.
Multiple. Ask Kenny.
Hours at a time.
Oh really? Has he been on it?
I'm not sure if he has been on it or not. I know he tried to get on it, or his buddy tried to get on it, and it kept breaking down.
101.
Yeah, the one time he said it was down from, what was it, like when it first opened or something?
Yeah.
All the way to 3:00.
Yeah.
That's how long it was down.
That's
yeah, most of the day.
The second virtual queue,
and he felt so bad for the tourists that came.
Yeah.
Because that was closed, and then like he was saying about 35% of the rides all shut down at the same time, all
Well,
around the park. And
I
people didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and Big Thunder is already down, right? Because it's going on refurbish.
Right.
oh man,
Yeah.
I feel like never mind. I could go on a jag right now with all this stuff, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll,
There
I'll
you
be
go.
with you with that. So
Yeah. what they're preparing to do in Disneyland coming up here with D23 showing up
yeah.
is beyond ridiculous.
Oh, why do you think the passes are still available?
For
Just
D23?
because no, for Disneyland, the Disneyland.
Oh,
Your passes, because there's nothing open. So
There's
of course they're gonna have
the
all
west
the.
side of the park. The west side of the park's going to be shut down here pretty quick.
Yep.
And then they're going to be shutting down 3 or 4 days before D23. They're shutting down space.
Yeah, Space Mountain. Yep.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Man.
a recipe for disaster.
I'm not. I guess I'm not intelligent to be on a parks running kind of board or anything.
Yeah.
But
I'm just gonna ride the Mark Twain.
hey, that's not a bad ride, man. That is not a bad ride.
I
It is not
love
a
the
bad
Mark
ride.
Twain. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great.
Our one's only just reopened in Paris because that was shut for ages.
Oh
For
really?
no reason. Yeah.
What's
Always
that
shut.
one called over there?
Of course, it the Molly Brown one called.
Molly
Molly
Brown.
Brown.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Hmm.
It's never open. It was open when we went in May, and Sam was like, "My God, the boat's open. The boat's never open."
What is
Alright,
the
alright.
what is the river there? Because it's not Rivers of America. So
No, it goes around. It goes around Big Thunder Mountain. So it goes. It's
Yeah,
Thunder
but is there a
Mountain.
name like Rivers of Germany or something like
It's got some. I can't remember actually. Let me look. Let me ask Google.
or whatever famous river is in France?
The same.
The Seine.
yeah.
Then,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
They
Loire.
say you're insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah that insane river.
If you think you're in the Nile, you're insane.
Yeah.
It's called
Man.
the Rivers of the Far West. What an unexciting name.
Far west.
Rivers of
Far
the Far West.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it makes me want to jump on a plane.
Yeah, I want to go to the far west.
Yeah.
What's
I'd
the
live
far
in the
west?
Going to really think about that.
And you get the Pacific Northwest.
Well, I'm thinking Far West. Do you mean like Hawaii?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Woohoo!
It's
all
probably a stupid
The
French
Aleutians?
translation.
Yeah, the Aleutian Islands.
Guam?
Or it's
That's
the
pretty far
Illusion
west.
Islands.
Yeah, it's actually called the Rivers of the Far West. It's like,
Oh, that's
what?
cool.
No wonder that boat is always down.
Yeah.
Doesn't know where it's going.
No.
oh,
Well, luckily it's not river. No, never mind. I'm not gonna.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I'll say it after. But nobody's watching. Yeah,
Not currently. We had somebody.
we did.
We had a couple.
We had a couple people.
Well, they got bored. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's cool. I get it. This isn't for everybody.
So
And I
what
understand.
other besides America Sings and Pirates, what other animatronics did Marc Davis or
Right.
what other
So
yeah.
Mark has been pretty much involved since Tiki Room all the way forward.
Yeah, what was his
to,
last?
The last one that he's directly responsible for?
Yeah.
He did the concept for Beauty and the Beast for Tokyo.
Oh, really? Huh.
Because after he left WDI in 1978, he became like Mary Blair was at the end. She was freelance.
Right.
And so Mark did a lot of freelance consulting for Oriental Land Company.
Okay.
And part of those projects were because, what do you call it? Beauty and the Beast had just been released in theaters in 1992. And so Oriental Land was very, very interested in making a Beauty and the Beast attraction. So they got a hold of him down there in Holmby Hills where he lived and asked him to start doing sketches. And he did.
Wow.
And I believe that's his last like official Disney project. as a freelance consultant for the Orlando Land Company. I mean, I got the book, so I'll look it up.
Yeah. See, he passed away in 2000.
2000, yes.
Yeah, he was 86.
Right, and Alice just passed away last year.
Yeah, was it last year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she passed away at like 90. I want to say 96.
She was 93.
95, 96. Yeah. So she was
she
was pretty
passed
advanced when
away
she passed.
In 2022.
Yeah. Oh, it's in 22. Okay.
Yeah, 22. She was 93.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool lady. I got to meet her. She's
Oh,
really brilliant human being. Absolutely. Very special lady.
Yeah, I watched that. Whatever, I forgot who did it, but it was about pirates and how about her, how Mark was doing all the design work and everything, and she was doing all the costumes and things like
absolutely.
That was a really neat
Imagineering documentary, wasn't it?
Right.
Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was on the Behind the Attraction.
Like,
okay.
cool fun fact about Alice and her partner Harriet Burns. They wrote NASA to get Velcro.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Like they actually literally wrote to the Manned Space Center in Houston, right? Johnson Space Center.
Yeah.
Asking NASA to release Velcro to them so they could actually use them for the fabrication of the costumes for the pirates.
Right, because they had to wrap around
Pirates
some parts.
Because the Pirates of the Caribbean will be the first costume Disney has, which uses hook and eye or Velcro fastener.
Yeah,
and now
cool.
it's like,
because I remember her trying to
industry wide to service costumes because it fastens in the back so they can pull it around front to actually service the unit.
I use it on my tennis shoes.
That's awesome, man. I use it on my trousers to fasten
as your belt
flaps. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Okay.
He uses it on his pull-away pants.
Yeah.
Feel like
Chippendale pants.
Oh, I ain't that cool.
Yeah.
I'm not that cool. Okay.
So you got some Marc Davis stuff coming up?
So it says here that he worked on Pinocchio.
The ride?
Yep.
Or the ride. Okay.
He worked on it with Marty Sklar and
I like
Claude
him,
Coates and Tom Masterson.
See, those are the Imagineers we need for today. It's like,
I mean, honestly, I think our Imagineers are fine. They just can't do what they want to do.
That's true. Yeah, it's the budget thing where, well, if they were like smart like Mary Blair or what's her name, Alice, and if they were smart like her and give them an over budget and make different things, and like she made two sets
second set of pirate costumes
because she told them it cost this much to make. They gave her the money.
Right.
Well, then the question then becomes, where do you put the, I guess, the blame for TBA then, if the Imagineers are fine? I don't know. I don't know if they are.
Oh, I didn't say all of them were good.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. As a whole, Imagineering was amazing, and I don't know. I just feel like there's been a decline in that overall.
But I mean, it's also
I'm thinking it's becoming political in some ways. They're sticking that in there where you gotta be like this. You can't do this.
But I think it's also the whoever is in charge of the project. Like, it's the same thing with their movies. You're allowing your director to do whatever the frick they want.
Well, I think there's a level of culture that needs to be addressed too. I mean, part of it is I guess it feels like, for whatever reason, a degree of mediocrity has been allowed to creep in, and it's not been excised that way. It's just kind of like, well, and I don't know, I couldn't tell you why, but it's just feeling like that. that, and I think Keanu is an example of it. Right, I mean, the thing's brand new, and it's going down already, and you're like, come on. I mean, you can make arguments for the other attractions in the park now. I mean, they've been in use and they've been going for a while, so obviously there's going to be breakdowns. It goes hand in hand with the whole thing.
Yeah, like you said,
But
it's brand new.
it's brand new, and so that's where I kind of have like, well, something isn't right there. And I mean, without knowing the ins and outs, you can only assume so much. You know what I mean? So, and I think budgetarily wise, yes, definitely. I think there is definitely constraints are going to be in any project, but I think the level of being able to work through that is not quite. It feels like, for whatever reason, just a sense like that.
I also think, though, like I said, whoever leading the project and they want things done a certain way, and the Imagineers need to do it, and they're trying to do the best they can with their ridiculous tasks they're assigned, and it just I don't know, like what we were talking about, like Iger rode the ride and he's like, what the heck is all this, like this is dumb. How do you not know what's in the ride up? Like, how is there no supervision as to what you were expecting to see?
Thank you. Good point.
It's the same thing with the movies. Like, how do you not know what's happening, and or you're allowing whatever to happen? Like, oh, you made one good movie. Here's a Star Wars trilogy for you. I mean, that's irresponsible. Like that's just dumb.
And that's what I'm saying. I think when you look at it, it's coming from a leadership position, and then that's going to filter down to into the main culture. That's why I'm kind of like, I know, and I have complete faith. I mean, clearly there's some really gifted Imagineers still in the company. Just looking at like the Gen 5, right? We have right now. I mean, those are amazing. Any way you cut it, I mean, those are an amazing thing to look at. And in operation, it is, I mean, mind-blowing. I mean, I go back to Rise of the Resistance when that opened up. I mean, I just came off that attraction that's going, what that just experience. So clearly there's a talent over there, but I guess it's a question of like, are they being given sufficient time and sufficient support and, to get their stuff done? It just feels like, I don't know, something feels off. That's all I get. It just feels off. It's not. Yeah. I mean, we just saw America Sings, right? And look at that. I mean, that is 1973, and look at how that operated. Look at how that ran. How awful was that thing down in Albury? And look at how it flowed and everything just was seamless. And we should be improving. I just feel like we're not doing it. It just feels like we're going backwards.
It doesn't make any sense that you could have that amount of animatronics and that amount of complexity working in 1973, but yet we're in. I've just had to look at what the date was. We're in 2024, and it's breaks down every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it just makes no sense.
And America Sings was done in less time.
Yeah, yes. And America Sings was unique, like as in, not been made before. This is a revamp of something that already exists and worked.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like curious, and I've been asking this question for a long time. Is like, where are we having this these kind of holes in the swing per se with what we're getting? I mean, because Tiana should have been something that should have been absolutely amazing. I mean, after getting Rise, something the next biggest effect would be that, right? I think it's coming out of Disneyland proper, and it should have been something. I mean, ours hasn't opened yet over here, so we'll see if there's anything different. But I don't know. Just looking at what they delivered out in Florida, it makes me pause and it makes me wonder.
I just hope they don't open it until they fix Florida.
Well, and I made the comment on our show, maybe last episode, the one before, about looking at, because I don't think we have a date yet for out here. And I kept on, and I'm thinking it was a 2-month lag roughly from closure to closure between both parks. So if we can have like a 2-month separation, the further out our opening goes, I think it's a better sign that we're going to get a lot of any problems that maybe they're encountering over there that will be rectified before they even open. At least I can hope, because hopefully, I guess the one benefit of it being almost nearly identical attractions from East to West Coast is that at least now the West Coast can learn and see what is working, what isn't working, any problems that are
Try to fix it. Yeah.
And try to correct it before it even goes. And that's where you wonder about, the hierarchy. Are they going to allow that and allow for that time and allow them to actually get that done to that level?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
the construction though. It looks like your, as in Disneyland's one, is not progressing as fast as the Florida one did, because it's almost as though once Florida was shut, they were like, all systems go, get it done as quickly as possible. Whereas your one looks like they're taking a lot more time.
Exactly,
because they're learning from that. Going fast is not good.
Yeah, going fast definitely isn't good.
Yeah, no, and I think you're right. I think that's why I kind of stopped for a second. And I'm literally going, hey, if you can take another 6 months,
yeah,
open it up, then take your time.
Exactly.
Take your time and deliver a product at its highest possible.
Do it right.
That you can.
And you being in construction and everything, you know what it's like.
Yes, I'm under a time crunch right now with the project, and we need to get done in 2 weeks. And I'm looking at it, thinking my side will be done, but all you other guys, I don't know about you, but yeah, the time crunches are always there. And you're talking about, hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars worth of cost and delay and stuff like that. And that's just from my side of what I do. So, yeah, definitely with Disneyland and Disney, they're looking at that, because you think about, you can't tell me that park attendance isn't down and the numbers aren't down because of things like this, right? So it's costing them, I don't even know, I can only guess how many millions of dollars it's costing them, not only in construction costs, but also in downtime and lost revenue, just due to the closure. Because I haven't been in the park in a year and a half because all the stuff has been going on. I'm like, I'll wait until you start delivering. I mean, with going back to Disneyland with now with Mansion, which is one of my favorites, that's down, the queue's down, so many things. Just as like, I'll go when you're done. So
just like they decided to do everything at once.
Yeah.
They do that at DLP as well. We've got half the studios is shut.
Yeah, see, it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, and this is where I always think, I try to give the benefit of the doubt because I don't know the data, I don't know the numbers, I don't see the reports and looking at what.
Yeah, we're looking from the outside. So
correct. So it's always easier to look from the outside in, and I recognize that. But
and
still,
critique and everything. So.
It just doesn't seem
logical.
Yeah, the logic seems to be vacating, when it comes to this kind of stuff, and it just seems off. Like I said, it feels off for whatever reason.
I have no doubt that there's Imagineers questioning every aspect of that ride. Yep. And they're just being told what to do, and they're just like, no, and I guess we're gonna do it, whatever.
Well, like with Tony Baxter, when they said something about it, and he just raised his hands.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't touching it.
I ain't touching it.
Yeah, and see, that's why you kind of worry. Like, this is where again the hierarchy is like. That's where I think the major issues are with anything with this stuff. It's going to be up above, because you can imagine. I would think an Imagineer going in is going to just go in there and want to be, is going to be jacked up and excited about working on not only the story aspect, but look at the technical aspect of working on any of the things, whether it be costuming or the animatronics or the sound, the lighting. You think about all that kind of stuff. And you think about the attractions that they have, they're amazing in all those aspects. You're taking so many technical things, but making them artistic at the same time. I mean, you would hope that culture is something of nothing but creativity, and just kind of always sitting there trying to think of the next cool thing and always trying to expand your mind. But then you're going to have that cold corporate hand going to kind of come over and be like, nope. Or you have to do this for whatever reason that they say. You got to do it. So, but I think you're right. They are. I'm going to hope that they're looking over everything, get a report from Florida going, hey, this happened. I would hope
fix this.
Yeah, like here we went 101 today. What was the issue then?
Yeah.
It was this. Okay, we went 101 again. What's that issue? It was this. What are you finding? Finding
It's like you said, like with Rise, you know how it opened over there and it never opened over here for so long because of all the issues they were having.
Yeah,
trying to get it open.
Yep, and it took a minute. And honestly, Rise, I was there opening day, and it went down one time that I recall on opening day, and it was for an hour or two. I've heard that 101s have gone up since then, and but opening day, it was near flawless.
Yeah.
They ran through all the queues. They ran all through everybody. They ran through every queue, and then everybody on standby. They ran the whole table and they closed it on time. Boom, done. So, and this is not what's going on out in Florida. So, we'll see.
Yeah. I just miss all those animatronics.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. There's something about having it. I think having this kind of tactile and just having this live interaction is incredibly important.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes what Disneyland was special. What was that? Having the animatronics, having the cars, you getting in the submarine, you're flying on Peter Pan's boat, on one of the ships. It's all this physical, moving parts, the sound and everything. I mean, you had, different shows, and everything was just a lot of motion. And I guess maybe that's what part of it with Tiana when they go to too many screens and things like that. Like, it takes away this movement, this excitement about that gets you really drawn in and involved with everything. So yeah, I mean, I miss it with that. Like I said, clapping along with that, it's just, you couldn't help but do it. Even a little kid, I'm like, I'm just in here for the air conditioning. When I was a little kid, I didn't realize, like, as we kept on going, inevitably, we were all clapping along and every single one, because it just pulls you in.
Yep. I know. And that's what I was afraid of with Tiana's, because I like Splash Mountain. I love the music from Splash Mountain and the zippity doo dah at the end and all that stuff, and the animatronics all dancing and playing along and
on the riverboat. Very cool.
Yeah, on the riverboat, right? Yeah. So, and then when I was watching, I like some of the music from Tiana. I don't like Dr. John. I'm not a big fan of his music. So that whole, he has that song on the Mark Twain when you're riding on. It's the same song that they play in Tiana's. So I don't like that song. But that's just me. But I do like a couple of the other songs. But the ending song.
Oh, that's garbage.
I didn't. Yeah, it was like.
I don't like
that's not a song that's going to stick in my head.
No. I agree.
And I miss
Why
all
didn't they
the.
use something from the film that everybody knows?
Yeah. And I miss having the evil guy in there.
Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, they should have had him
one
in there.
One of the best villains. One of the best.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
But I haven't got enough room.
Yeah.
He's only skinny though. Sure.
Yeah. But can you imagine if they had an animatronic of him that's like Tiana and what's the gator's name? I always forget.
Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same name as you. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So, thinking about how long Splash lasted. So from, what was it, 1989 till 2022? Two. It ended in 2022. Splash Mountain.
Closed it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, it has? I didn't remember it been that long.
Yeah.
But it ran.
Well, ours closed in May 23rd.
23.
Okay, see, that's what I'm going with is Disneyland.
Yeah, but Florida closed, so technically.
Yeah. So Splash ran that long, and I don't see I don't see Tiana's running that long.
No.
It's going to be one of those ones where they run it for like 10 years and then do something else.
Well,
that's what I see it as.
Even
though I've never ridden it yet, I mean,
Yeah.
but watching the videos, and I know it's a little bit different probably riding it and stuff. I might, enjoy it. I don't know.
It's like we kept saying, if it was its own ride,
exactly,
it
that
might be better, but because it's replacing something that was loved by a majority
it's
of
going to
people,
get compared. It's going to get compared
Yeah.
no matter what.
yeah,
no matter what.
you
And
had, you had to do better, and you're not. So
Yeah.
Well,
And
I've made the comment. I've been making the comment that that I don't think that this attraction survives 5 years in its current iteration. Either I'm not saying it's gonna. I'm not gonna say it's gonna get gutted.
Yeah, they'll probably add stuff to it.
They're gonna change things to it within the next 5 years. I think. Honestly, it's gonna be pretty telling this summer, going to next summer, about the numbers. I'm gonna be very curious to see the ride numbers out of those.
Yeah.
After the initial, like, hey, it's a new attraction, so on and so forth. Let's see what the ride numbers are going to be like, and that's why I feel like it's going to get dropped, because I think the ride numbers are going to go down. I just don't see it being as compelling and as fun as Splash was.
And I think they're gonna feel that and be like, oh, maybe we shouldn't change stuff because
just because. Same thing
because
with
of
movies.
some political thing or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we can debate the reason why all day long.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, we're here, and but I honestly, I think at the end of the day, Disney has to, at some point in time. Iger's not going to be there forever. My God, I hope he's gone within the next 2 years, for the love of it. Holy.
Let's just hope he gets replaced with somebody better than the last bloke.
Well, and that's the thing, is when it's like, well, he's deep in the succession plan. I'm like, sweet Lord. Anyway, anyway, I'm not an Iger fan, even in a little bit. But
anymore.
It'll be interesting, because I think at some point in time, someone's going to walk in there and go like, hey, why are numbers down? Why is the stock down? All the things that I look at it technically and go like, what's going on? Because you look at this side of it, and that's not doing so well. So what's going on over here? And you would think that at some point in time, someone will come in and want to put their stamp and go like, let's return.
Yeah. Let's get back to Walt's ideas and stuff.
Yeah, let's get back our stock back up to 183 per share, not at 190 something that is now.
Yeah.
I mean, on and on and on and on. And those are the things, and that's why I don't see Tiana, at least an announcement within the next 5 years, is that we're going to shut it down and maybe do something to modify and try to pull.
Yeah, they'll add more to the budget, and then they can put more animatronics in there.
Well, what they really need to do is stop taking the money out of the parks to put into other failing things.
Movies.
Whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, focus on the parks for a while.
Yeah, the parks. And again, this is where I think anybody who is a lover of Disney and the parks and stuff like that, we all can see pretty simply that the parks are the blood, the lifeline to the entirety of the company. That those parks start failing, those other divisions start falling off. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. So,
well, I am glad that they are spending money, like on Haunted Mansion, the queue.
Yeah, but how
fixing
long
that.
have you been down? See, I agree with you, but my point is like,
they should have waited till Splashes or Tiana's is open.
Either that,
then do that,
either that or be done already. It's been down for 5 months, 6 months, I think.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you before in our this is the last episode. This is why it's so fresh.
I remember. Yeah, I was watching.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It's like, come on. I mean, it's been months. Like you're gonna do some ADA and build a building.
Yeah.
If
you were to do that, you would have been in trouble already.
I would have been fired. I would have been fired.
Yeah.
I've been 9
You're
months.
making too much sense.
I know. I was in the project 9 months, start to do one that's 5 buildings, and we're going to be done. This is the one I'm running up against less than a year.
Yeah.
5 buildings, 5 complete buildings.
I don't understand why it's taking them so long to redo that.
Exactly. That's
What
exactly.
they're doing is making some more fencing, putting a garden in, and building
Well, they're building that elevator system and a
Yeah,
break
the 80
room and
yeah.
stuff. So it's the whole ADA thing that they're having.
Which-
I think that's what's delaying them the
Yeah,
most.
ADA is Americans with Disabilities Act. So yeah, it has to have all the ability for someone in a wheelchair or
So,
impaired.
I'm almost certain that they do something. They have to stop, have the inspector come in, look at it, approve it, then they can go to the next one.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly how that runs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also feel like they didn't announce everything that they're doing, like with the whole Q part in the beginning, the front. So I wonder if that was like something extra that came about, you know?
Oh, you mean as they were doing stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, oh, we need to add this.
Like, oh, we should.
I don't know, 'cause
we're already here. Let's just redo this
Maybe.
too, you know?
I don't know, because they have a certain amount of budget for that. So if they
When's it
add
supposed to be
stuff,
open, though?
what's
Is
that?
it supposed to be open for Halloween?
It's supposed to be in August.
So,
August. Yeah.
well, that's the Haunted Mansion, not
No,
the
it's-
Q.
No,
So, Haunted Mansion is
it
going
was
to be
all supposed to be done. And
No.
Yeah, I thought it was all
No.
supposed to be done.
no Haunted Mansion will be open with a virtual
No,
queue.
yeah, it will be, but it was all supposed to be done in August, and then it's like,
I-
oh, we're not going to make that.
I doubt that. Yeah, the way they're doing it right now,
That's what I mean. The way
Yeah.
they're doing it right now.
Yeah, the video.
that's called next month.
I watched the video a couple of days ago, and it looks not even close to being done.
Yeah, and they
Well,
haven't even started that.
The
whole
brickwork and everything is fast. It's
Yes.
doing the foundation and the elevator, and that's the hard part. That
A lot of people don't know that concrete work and brickwork can go very, very quick.
it's fast. Yeah.
You can go very, very quickly. But I've also watched 3 and 4 story elevators go in 2 weeks. So this is where I kind of go like, okay. I mean, I know there's more going on there.
Yeah,
because
I think it's because they're putting it underground. So I think that's what.
that's
Yeah.
definitely going to play it. And elevators always have, it's about an 8 to 10 foot deep pit underneath it,
Right.
and a roof about the same above it. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
sure
deep
there's
pit. They
something
get
going on there too.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to American Sing.
Yeah.
No,
it's all about Marc Davis and his
Well, it's about
work
the
that he
exactly. It's
that
about
he
the
did,
evolution.
so,
It's about the evolution
of the
show
animatronics.
and the development of the technology, and
Yeah.
it's all dovetailed into
Okay, so
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
since we are talking, we're on a mansion.
Right.
Is there going to be any additions to that with the new animatronics at all, or
not that I've heard.
or are they taking down the what do you call it, the hanging man?
That's I
The ghost
heard
host?
that, and they're going to upgrade
Isn't it?
the bride.
Upgrade?
Okay.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Just make her better. I don't know. They didn't really say. I just
Okay.
what I've
So
heard
why are they taking the ghost host down?
because of
Political correctness, I guess.
yeah, because
Right.
he's hanging himself.
Yeah, big deal. How long has that been in there?
Pirates don't plunder and kill and everything anymore, so you can't
No.
have people killing themselves and you know.
Can't they just put a sensitivity warning on the outside and let us go?
Just let those people not come in. Just go to Knott's Berry Farm or something.
Well, there goes Towns Alive. No, I mean I understand, but it's been there for how long? What are you changing? Like why?
Yeah. And to be honest,
people have
how many people complain? How
Yeah.
many people complain?
no one's complaining.
Zero.
Nobody. Exactly my point. Like I would love to sit there in City Hall and be like, "So what are you complaining about?"
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you complain that it's not there, no one cares.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. But it would be cool. It would be cool to see some updated tech in Haunted, though.
It would, yeah. I mean, I love, like I said, well, Jason knows and how much, and Louis knows how much I love Haunted Mansion, because that's like,
Yes.
yeah, like one of my
Almost
favorites.
as much as the Mark Twain.
Yeah. Now, if they added Ghost on the Mark Twain, that would be even better.
Oogie
A
Boogie
ghost-
Bash. Oogie
Ghost
Boogie Bash. I
pilot.
don't see why you couldn't.
Yep.
Ghost captain on the Mark Twain.
There you go. You don't even need a captain on the Mark Twain. Just someone to step on the gas pedal and the brake.
Yeah, but no,
Well,
definitely.
You need longshoremen to secure the vessel to the pier, to the landing. I mean, you physically need longshoremen to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, let us not forget what happened with sailing ship Columbia when the cleat broke.
The cleat broke. Yeah.
Right.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I think that's why they don't use cleats anymore. They use that big cement post down
Right.
and they wrap it around that.
Right.
So.
Because the cleat failed. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, I mean, but you still need human beings to do that. You just can't do it like automated.
You can use animatronics.
Very good. Look at Rise. Look at Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
The failure rate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the last thing we need is another guest getting crushed.
I was just about to say the ship's going to go past where it needs to go, and then they're going to pull it back, and someone's going to get
crushed. Yeah, not good. You know, didn't David Attenborough say that, you know, in Jurassic Park about how, you know, it was the safest thing in the world, and that's because Jeff Goldblum's little smart ass says something about, you know, because the Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't kill the guests. Right.
Yeah.
Spare no expense.
So there it is, you know. I get what Steve's saying about the Haunted Mansion, how it's a beloved legacy attraction.
Yeah.
You know, like I was showing Jason a clip of Marc Davis's influence within WDI before we got on, and it actually has this big long spiel about Mark's influence with the Haunted Mansion attraction.
Yeah.
About how he was really, when he got brought on board in '61, he was a real driver towards the development of incorporating, along with Bob Gurr, the Omnimover Doom buggy system, and all the then Gen 2 audio animatronics that were being placed in the attraction. And in fact, like if you look at the Hitchhiking Ghosts are in fact like Gen 2 2s by then. You know, they're some of the most advanced audio animatronics on the attraction at the time it opened in August 1969. So, I mean, it's a really cool, like, legacy of Marc Davis's and Blaine Gibson's creative talents that turned
it's neat how they
Mark's
have to work
drawings
together.
into three-dimensional reality that turned into animated three-dimensional reality for show presentation.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a remarkable evolution of what happens when you have a creative team that puts their creative minds together and actually makes a dream a reality. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
You know,
just like on Pirates, too.
To quote Richard Sherman, you know, man had a dream and that's the start. He followed his dream with mind and heart, and then it becomes a reality. A dream come true for you and me because it's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Right.
Yeah.
So, and I think really
that song's going to be stuck in my head.
As it should be.
Sharon, you're
As
about
it
ready
should
for an
be.
ice cream?
No.
Yeah.
We thought.
I wonder how long the ice cream would be for it popped into conversation again.
Well, you just were sitting there, so it looks like you need something.
Yeah.
It'll pick me up.
So, Udi, what would you put in the carousel? You know, where America Sings used to be.
Now?
Yeah. What would you put in there now?
I'd bring it back.
Oh, there you go.
No, legit. I think legit. I'd put it one of those things that would be so. I think it's needed just culturally, and it just goes back. Update, back, whatever. But I think there's a huge bit of nostalgia. You can put it back as it is, like what right there.
Yeah.
Like there, that opening day. and it would be amazing. I honestly think a lot of people would come back to it and just come falling back to it. Because again, like we're just talking about, I mean, if you're going to replace anything, you got to make it better than what it's been in. And since that's
Exactly.
been out, everything else that's gone in there has been garbage.
Can you imagine if they redid America Sings with today's animatronics?
Oh, I'd lose my mind. And you think about the lighting and everything,
And you'd update Act 4. You'd update Act 4 to the current day. So you'd have your Snoop Dogg, Doberman Pinscher animatronic.
That wouldn't.
No.
That would do hip hop.
No, it'd be great because what it does is that, again, the point, what made that attraction so great is because it discussed the passage of time and with music. That is why it made it so good, because that's how it's talking. It's relating everything to music and how everything moves along. It's the same thing. Everybody can connect with music at some level. That's again why that attraction was so amazing. So just do that. Exactly. Update your Act 4, get a little more modern, and then boom, there you go. And this is America in this way. This is where we're going. And you could see, this is the thing, is that attraction could literally be evergreen if they did it right. You just have to move it around a bit, and then it would always fall in the end of Act 4. We could extend it. You could even shrink one down and expand over. That's why when they took it out, it's like, wow. But I think they used the system of that, right? Okay, then you update that. That's why the same thing with plastic. You just update it, but that's exactly it. You do all that, you update that, and you keep it going.
Yeah.
It's more than just an attraction at that point. It's a little bit beyond. It's more to what Walt wanted. And anyway, we teach history and to show and entertain at the same time. That's why that was so good.
Exactly, Steve. I mean, imagine Shakira as Gazelle the Antelope in Act 4.
Think about that.
That makes sense. It makes complete sense.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You know, and those tigers, the tiger backup dancers. You know what I mean? You could actually literally have her doing Try Everything. You know, if you didn't want to pay licensing to like somebody else, you could do her singing Try Everything with the tiger dancers, and it would be epic in Act 4.
Yep, it would be epic. So when you look at it that way, it would be amazing to go back.
And then can we have the 80s hair bands?
Yeah.
Those need to stay. You know, it's amazing how many people are starting to reconnect with the 80s hair bands. It's kind of
exactly. Yep. Someone named Sharon started listening to them again.
But I do remember them the first time round. So.
Yeah. I have friends like all in the White Snake and
exactly.
That's exactly what.
That's exactly what I had her listen to Whitesnake again, and I forgot how good this was.
Yeah, that 1987 was. Came out the year I left school. Made me feel really old.
But would Disney skip the whole punk scene?
Probably.
I would hope not. I would hope not.
They would, but it would be fun. At least one character in there.
Yeah.
You
Some
could
kind of Sid Vicious.
Yeah. It's a weasel.
The
weasel.
He'd have to be a weasel.
You know, honestly, the weasel. See, that's a good idea. The weasel could be like the the raven that goes across every time, and it's just kind of like he's the
spokesperson.
Yeah, and then it'll be just every era you're going into dressed up along the way, and then at the end he's like that'd be great. That'd be good representation. That's a good idea. See, man, I need to pitch these ideas.
You know, I mean, just imagine, Steve. You get Tawny Katane as a bird dancing on the hood of David Coverdale's Jaguar in Act 4. You know what I mean?
Oh,
right?
Man.
That would totally work. It would totally work. You know, and
here I go again.
You could have David Coverdale as like, I don't know, you know, like a dog or an otter or something singing "Here I Go Again on My Own."
An otter.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like with the Country Bears, right? So they're redoing the Country Bears over there,
of course,
and they're actually using
contemporary country music.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then singing. So I wonder how that's going to turn out. If that turns out,
it'll either be really good or it'll be epically not good.
Yeah,
I was going to swear then and see. I thought better of it.
But see, if that works out, then they should bring that over to Disneyland, and there you have your new show.
Where would they put it? Put it in the Tomorrowland Circle Carousel Theater? because you can't clear out Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, you really can't.
You can't. Sorry, they invested too much money.
Yeah, no. Once they pulled it, it was never going back, and that's the sad part about that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know where they'd put it. I'd love it back, and
they'll shut down the shooting gallery and stick.
No, they'll put it in Disneyland Forward. That's where they could put it.
They could put it. They could put it with as the trail goes through. They could put it there. It would fit. They could just put it right around the corner.
Or it'll be in Redwood Creek in the DCA.
In DCA, right? They could do that too.
They could actually move Pooh over there, and it'd be all right. And
That
put it
would
back.
be cool.
Put it right back
That
where it
would
was.
be really cool.
Uh-huh.
Depends on how popular it is.
Yeah.
Which means Critter Country could live again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're done bulldozing it.
Yeah.
Well, no. See now. I feel like this then is because they've been touting that this D23 is going to be like the mother of all D23s, I guess, is what I've heard.
All talk.
I know that, right? So,
Well, when 3/4 of your park's closed, yeah, you better be epic.
right. So,
It doesn't even matter how epic it is because half the shit probably still won't happen anyway.
Yeah.
well, and that's why I'm wondering what I think now that it's going to be a lot of news about Disney Forward. What else do they have going? We're going to talk about another cruise liner. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to talk about not the People Mover.
Yeah.
They're gonna buy another island with more flies.
Yeah.
You guys read about that?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't read about that.
Flies all over their food and stuff, and nobody
Yeah.
could eat anything. And
Wow.
Wow, that's cool.
yeah, because they had their own island, and they bought a new island, and it's all like it looks awesome, but for whatever reason, there's like a half-mile walk from the ship, and there's no transportation. And then when you get there, it's just flies everywhere.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's
right.
not
I
good.
understand why any
Regular Kurt Vonnegut.
Yeah,
It's my dear of hell.
Lord of the Flies.
Exactly.
That's what it would have been
Wow.
if you left them on the island. They would have been like hurting each other. Like, I can't eat my food. I'm gonna have to kill you.
Oh dear.
Wow.
All right. Well, almost 2 hours.
Hour and 43 minutes.
Any final words there, Lewis, about Mark?
Right. I just want to thank everybody for showing up tonight and discussing my favorite attraction. I had a lot of fun, and we definitely talked about the future and about the legacy going into the future. So it's been a productive evening. So
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I think it was a good video. Good conversation. Again, we actually kind of stuck. We went in a roundabout of it, but it's still in the same area still.
That's
Absolutely.
unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about Autopia and changing that.
Wait. So about Autopia.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we got goofy stories. Where am I?
Well,
we don't even know where we're at.
This wasn't totally planned, and the time kind of wasn't right. And honestly, we didn't give you enough notice, so we didn't do it.
There you go. So guess who's actually up tonight?
I guess we should have. I totally wasn't expecting.
Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, sorry.
We miss you, Jeff.
I know.
We miss seeing you.
Just kidding.
We'll get you back on again for
I
sure.
know.
Just let us know because you know how it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyway, I guess that's all for now. Like and subscribe, share with your friends and family. Let us know how we're doing. Comment below, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Judy, for joining us and sharing.
Yeah, and Sharon and Luce. And of course, we'll put their Well, Sharon and Odie's will put the channels links in the description.
Look,
Cool.
watch out for Louis when he comes out with his channel.
I know. Boom.
Good, actually.
Instant million subscribers.
I'm waiting for that. But waiting on standby.